Okay, I'm not gonna waste your time with some long ass intro. You read what the title of this video is. It's 8 free awesome plugins, presets, and effects for After Effects. The links to download them will be in the description of this video. Let's go! Okay, this one is pretty fun in my opinion. It creates 3D look script. So this is a targeting tool that applies the look at expression with a custom rig, so you can make your layers look at or turn towards whatever layer you choose. It works with both 2D and 3D layers. Say what? It's super simple to use with really cool results. The next one is maybe less exciting, but no less useful. In fact, I would probably say way more useful because this is something I use a lot. That's the Reposition anchor point plugin. Now, you could use the pan behind tool and try guess where the center of your object is or the corner or wherever you want your anchor point to be. You could also use the shortcut to center the anchor point to the layer's content by pressing Ctrl-Alt-Home. But that's more steps than I'm willing to take if I don't really have to, and it gets pretty tedious when you have to keep doing it. With Reposition Anchor Point, you literally just choose where you want it to be out of these options, usually in the center, that's the most common, but there are other options, and then you reposition it, and there you go. Speaking of having to keep doing things, I don't know about you guys, but some projects require a lot of repetitive tasks. Automation Toolkit is an extension that lets you create a button to automate that repetitive task, and it's freaking awesome. It can seem a little intimidating at first, especially if you don't know anything about coding language, but it is way simpler than trying to write your own scripts or expressions. And once you get the hang of it, it's really, really useful. It also has these little hints for you if you hover over the options, so it really does help you out even if you don't know anything about scripting. For instance, this is a really simple one just to show you, but I have these layers, and I want some of them to have their blending mode set to multiply and also to set their opacity to 20%. So I just set it up in here so that if a layer is selected in this comp and I run it, it'll set the blend mode and opacity for me with just one click. I can do that for all the layers. Here I've got an automation that'll stagger the layers by however many frames you specify. And here's a text wipe automation that sets up the solid as a matte layer for your text and then also sets up the animation for it. If that's not awesome, then I don't know what is. Okay, this is a simple little guy that packs quite a punch in my humble opinion. Who am I kidding? If my opinions were humble, I probably wouldn't have a YouTube channel. But anyway, my personal faults aside, this tool, Repeater, is super useful. It repeats your layer, whether it's a shape, footage, vector artwork, text, it can be repeated. And it's very customizable. You can offset the timing of whatever animation you have on your layer, you can offset the rows and columns. You have a lot of options to create some really cool stuff really easily. Now this wouldn't be a video about awesome free plugins if it didn't mention Duik. In case you're not from Earth and you've never heard of it, Duik is a frankly astounding plugin used for rigging and animation in After Effects, and it's definitely my favorite one ever. I use it for my characters, I've done some tutorials on it, although those are now outdated because we're on a new version now, Duik Ángela. But apart from being absolutely amazing for rigging, it also has other really useful tools for animation, for managing keyframes and tweening and stuff like that, as well as automations, as well as scripting and expression tools. It's mind-blowing that it's free, although you can and should make a contribution to support them if you can, because a shitload of work goes into making something like this, and it's just nice to support things like that where they make tools like this so accessible. I think I can safely say I'm low-key in love with it. Okay, Animation Composer. This for me is another old faithful. I have been using this for years. It's got some great text presets to animate by character, by words, or by lines, 2D and 3D transitions that you can just apply to your layers, some color effects, shadows and extrusions, also some starter pre-comps, animated shape elements, boxes, social media animations, transitions, and some sounds. They also have these other tools. They've got the Anchor Point Mover, which is similar to the Reposition Anchor Point plugin, this keyframe wingman to help with the easing on your keyframes, and what's super dope about this is that you can use it on multiple layers at once. And there's this transition shifter which helps you when you need to move or retime or shift the transitions on your layers. The next one is Decompose Text, and this is also awesome if you end up animating a lot of text, which I'm sure you do as a motion graphic designer or animator using After Effects. Sometimes you've got all your text there and you realize you actually need it to be broken down a little more for the way you want to animate it. But it's such a drag to have to retype it broken down in the separate layers that you need. Well, never fear, Decompose Text is here. You can break it down into characters, words, or lines. There are two options here. The first option actually maintains the word as is, but some of the characters are hidden by expressions, and this option keeps the exact same positioning of the characters. The second option creates new layers with just the letter or word on the layer, but the positions are not kept exactly the same as the original because it has no way of knowing exactly where each letter was positioned independent of the others. So with this tool, you'll have your text broken down without having to go back and retype it or duplicate text and delete what you don't want. So that's super nifty. Okay, next is Bouncr or Bouncr. This is a cool one because, overshoot and bounce and all that jazz. It's something you might find yourself adding to your animations a lot. And it's nice to have a script that just does it for you really quickly. You can choose between position, scale, and rotation, and overshoot or bounce back. Once you've applied it to your layer, you've got these options over here for adjusting the amplitude, frequency, and decay. Easy to use, and something I would think that you would use pretty often. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and you learned about some new plugins or presets you didn't know about that are totally free, might I add. If you know of any other free presets or plugins or add-ons for After Effects, let us know in the description of this video. Help out your fellow motion graphic designers. Thank you, as always, to my patrons over on Patreon. Obviously, I really appreciate the support. Hit the like button if you did like the video, subscribe if you want to keep up to date with my other videos, and thanks for watching. Bye!